First shot of the movie. It's the foot landing on the moon. It's kind of appropriate. Action. Okay. Good. Feels familiar. Still exciting. Still nerve-wracking. See, I got the shake. You see that? That's just called the directing jitters.
3, 2, 1, jump!
The decision to shoot 3D was made fairly late in our pre-production process, but I think the benefit to shooting in 3D and releasing in 3D is a good one.
This is day one. We look ridiculous, don't we?
3D. 3D. 3. Wait, I have to put my ice coffee down. Here, hold that. 3D.
Ready, and action, moving around. Jim Cameron was one who really told me I should really consider doing this movie in 3D, really take a jump at it. So we did a lot of research. I brought in a 3D camera system and a crew, and I didn't want to know much about the camera. I wanted to just play a game like, okay, I'm gonna pretend like I'm on a shoot. I'm gonna time it, and I'm gonna go from here to here to here to here to here. Okay, I want to see how fast they can leapfrog. That wasn't going so smooth.
It has affected the way we shoot because it's much slower.
It's clunky, it's heavy. You know, to set up those shots, it is a different thing. When you got a 3D camera that's as big as that RV, you know, it does change the pace.
The amount of cables, the amount of crew, the amount of shit. You know, it was just like, this is gonna be a nightmare. But what was going smooth was me looking through the camera and I'm watching it on the TV and seeing 3D right then and there. And I'm like, this is very cool. Neil, turn towards camera a little bit.
Most of the times when people shoot 3D, they'll shoot 15 days of 3D. We shot almost every day with a 3D camera, which is a lot.
They budgeted 2 weeks of 3D, but you know me, I told Ian day one, 3 hours in, I said, Ian, I'm keeping this the whole shoot, I hope you know that. We put this camera through more paces than it's ever been put through in terms of the car rigs, the cable cams, and the craziness that we put this camera through. And learned a lot about it. It really helped the movie. It's a much different movie when you see it fully in 3D. I like it. It's a pain in the ass, but who said something being a pain in the ass is not fun?
What you see in the background
Ta-da!
is part of a building that will, in the movie, will be falling over.
When I saw the previs of the thing, I thought it was the most incredible sequence.
Once again, Michael Bay has outdone himself.
I don't think I've seen a more clever action scene ever. I think that thing is going to blow people's minds because it takes a gag you've seen before and turns it into something you've never seen before, and that's really hard to do.
I'm sure they've had something tilted before in a movie, probably like Inception or something, I don't know, but they don't have any robots walking around the building. We're always a step above the rest because we got robots.
When I say right, he's over here, and then I'll say left, coming back left. And then I'll say real right, go back away over there. Run! Yeah, it's got it. Good job. All right, let's bring our thing down. We're done for the night. The engineering feat of the building sequence was a major challenge, and it all had to be engineered, done, built within 4 months.
The gimbal was actually built a different way. It wasn't just like a teeter-totter. It was hinged, so it lifted from one side.
Now, in order to achieve that, we had to build a special platform using hydraulics that would be able to lift the building up and be able to move that platform anywhere from 0 to 45 degrees, depending on what that building is doing at the time in the movie.
We used an iPhone app to figure out where a human can't stand. We found that 24, 25 degrees was very hard to stand. At 25, 26, 27, you slip, you're gone. You cannot stop.
We're going to go from 0 to 27 degrees.
I still think we need a little steeper.
Slow 2 degrees, guys, for the shot.
I think we should go 22.
That platform is 1/3 of a football field.
We put 5 or 6 different sets in it. We'd go away for a couple days and the set dressers would come in and redress it for a different scene and for a different floor. We had the cafeteria, the lobby, and all the offices on the different floors. It took quite a few weeks to doing that.
You been in there? No. It's a mind. You get in there, it's like the movie Inception. It was bizarre. You walked into it. It's a square box, but your equilibrium is off.
When you're standing in there the first time and suddenly something flat goes to 26 degrees, and then everything is leaning, it's a fantastic phenomenon.
It's like being in Titanic when you're standing in there, isn't it? It's fantastic.
It's nauseous, that's what it's like.
The tilted building was a nightmare. It's a very hard thing to work in 30 degrees, 20 degrees. It's not normal.
Go! You, come on, guys. Come on, Jack. Oh, this is gonna be hard. Ready? And 3, 2, 1, action.
When it was all the way up, you couldn't stand. You could crawl down it. If you stood up, you're going.
The interior stuff was rugged.
Rosie went right into the action stuff, the most intense part of the action stuff.
I really enjoyed the physical aspect of this film. I'm quite a physical person. I love that I got to do that. It was good. It's like being at the fun fair.
I said to Shia, I said, you know, I really want to bring the acting game up on this movie.
This is the Michael Bay acting class. He said, on this one, I want to try, Shia, think about a pet bird. You have a pet bird, and that pet bird dies. Think about that on the way down. And I did, and it helped. Thank you, Michael Bay.
Thank you. Where will we be?
Where will we be?
Once we're done with it in this phase, it becomes the exterior of a building, which becomes what we call the glass slide.
We sheeted that with glass, and we were able to wax it and slide the actors down it into pads and stop.
To speed them coming down the slide, this 110-foot glass slide, he had them sprinkle baby powder on their rear ends so that they would scoot down even faster.
I find Detroit to be, in many ways, a very beautiful city, but an incredibly melancholy city because of the history that's here that is no longer here. There's a great deal of sadness.
Detroit is definitely feeling it right now. I mean, of all of the cities, you know, especially out there where they make so many cars in that city, they feeling it right now.
The Packard is an empty industrial facility, and obviously the train station is an abandoned train station that's defunct, it's not used anymore, because it was built on the outskirts of Detroit in the anticipation that Detroit was going to grow and eventually get to the train station, but it never did. Pretty much all these buildings are derelict, and we have to make them habitable and safe.
Detroit allows you a lot of that stuff. It's got a lot of destruction there. It's just, it's very dilapidated. It's sad. It's very sad. You know, you got it was a jewel of a city in America. It's just kind of, it's fighting to stay relevant.
Sadly, there's a lot of urban blight here, which of course makes for great film locations. I mean, the art department did an amazing job. They turned the look of decay into a look of post-battle.
The biggest dress for us was to produce 5 rail cars and get one of them coming out of a 3rd floor window of one of these buildings, and then the rest, you know, as though they'd crashed.
I think you walk into the Packard plant with train cars, you know, laying upside down and sticking out of buildings, and you think World War III just started.
I've been doing this job about 18 years now, and I never get tired of the ingenuity of the art department. And Nigel Phelps and Jennifer Williams done an amazing job on this. They've turned a really great location into a magnificent location.
See this? I gave her the gray hair, she says.
He gave me the grey hair. One of the delicious things was when he actually walked on the set and he walked under the rail car, he looked up and he said, "Is that real?" And I thought, if you only knew how difficult it was to get those rail cars.
We're at the GM Heritage Collection, which is one of every car that GM's ever made. Amazing, isn't it? Car heaven.
Have you heard his Optimus Prime impression? It's good. Just give him that top line.
I got you.
This is solid. This is really solid. Give me the top line.
Things just got a lot worse. We have no weapons that can match shockwaves. We've got to outflank and get behind them. Autobots, transform and roll out.
Going to shoot on Pennsylvania Avenue, and there's the Capitol in the background. And the logistics of working in Washington, D.C. are so challenging because of all the different permitting process that you have to go through and all the different governing bodies.
Washington, D.C. was by far the worst city I've ever shot in my entire life. It's easier to shoot under a space shuttle than to shoot on some grass in a roundabout in our capital.
Just an amazing labyrinth that you had to navigate to get all these permits done in the first place. And we're going to blow up 5 cars. We're going to flip them as if here comes the Decepticons flying down the street.
The president lives a half a block down there, and we're flipping cars almost in his front yard.
Hey, the Obamas need ear protection? Or are they asleep right now? I don't want to wake up the president, okay?
We did a 4-car flip there. 4 cars flying. It's quite interesting.
Basically what it is Decepticons are coming through the trees.
It's as if the bad guys are running up and overwhelming.
It's like a swarm of them. They're coming and they're going this way and they're running down that way.
There's 5 propane poppers out there.
There's going to be Willie Pete's and sparks and propane bombs back in here.
We have 3 or 4 of the large sparks that shoot up into the air.
This car's a flipper, that car's a flipper.
You're going to react to that one because the robot comes by and hits it?
Their stuff is a flipper, that's a flipper.
That thing's going to be hit. That thing gets hit, and this car gets hit.
This car's going that way. This car's going to be hitting this car.
It's like boom, boom, boom.
Bam, bam. Flash, flash, spark, spark, choo, choo, choo.
Okay, guys?
All right?
All right.
All right.
Okay? All right?
All right, guys?
Okay. Any questions? Okay. John Fraser and Jim Schwalm of Physical Special Effects and Kenny Bates is the stunt coordinator. You have to coordinate a lot of huge events on a weekly basis, if not daily basis. A lot of coordination that has to go into what the human beings are doing with the fireballs, with the flying cars, with the flippers, with the drivers. All these things have to come together and they have to be seamless, and quite often there's not an opportunity for a take 2 because something is going to be damaged beyond repair.
Ready, guys? Rolling cameras. Ready?
A lot of coordination, a lot of discussion, and we get it done.
We were told you can't really shoot the Lincoln Memorial. but we got it. There were certain requirements that we wanted to shoot there, that we needed. We were shooting at night, and first ask was, can we have a Porsche Cayenne on the mall grass? And there's a ranger there, and she said no. Okay. Then we said, well, we need to light the memorial. She said no. She says, well, we can't shoot at night if we don't have light. She says the light will damage the memorial. Okay. So then I wanted to shoot in the memorial, and I understand that they don't close the memorial, and I'm willing to work with. But when I went in there, I did a little ploy. I sent Josh out, and we did a distraction down below. So all the crowd funneled out, went down, surrounded around. Josh was giving autographs, taking pictures, whatnot, while we were in there by ourselves with Lincoln shooting. We needed to take photographs 360 so that we could digitally map the entire Lincoln Memorial. She said, no, there are no tripods allowed in the memorial. Okay, but the tripod weighs like less than 2 pounds. It's a 35mm camera. No, you can't have a tripod. Okay, Casey, my AD, brilliant suggestion. He goes, okay, what if we take our shoes off and you put the tripod leg in each shoe? She's like, tired, 3 o'clock. Okay.
Check! Back to work!
That Maybach is like a $1.7 million car. I heard $1.5 million and I heard $1.6 million.
$1.3, $1.4 million convertible car.
One of a kind. Although I heard there were 2 of them in the world. There are only 3 or 4 of them in existence currently. And then at some point it became one of a kind. I don't know, it's just sort of ridiculous. Michael Bay actually put cones and caution tape around them because he was nervous about, the grips walking by with stands and, and electricians with lights. And so he cordoned the car off until it was actually going to be shot.
Watch out, Mike. Yes, sir.
Belt around this car.
I'm not getting near it.
Very expensive car.
Copy that.
$1.6 million. I don't like those things by it.
Okay. I'm not going near it.
All right, thank you.
You want this on someone's lap?
Which, you got to respect him because he's so much into cars that he really presses the point that, we got to cover the seats, we got to cover the carpets, we can't mess up the car. So he's a little irate if anything does get messed up because he really, he likes cars.
And we did have one minor setback. I mean, that was the day that Michael just.
I mean, of all the cars, but I mean, there's a lot of really expensive cars.
I looked at that driver when I saw him, and I'm like, that guy looks familiar. Oh, that's the guy who just does falls. You're not a driver, huh? But you know what? I held my tongue and said, no, he must be a driver. He must.
Hey, Steve,
he must. No one will be so stupid. So when we lose like $500,000 in a day, I eat a Big Mac, basically. That's what I do.
Transformers 3 was the first feature to shoot at Kennedy Space Center post 9/11. So their security rules and their protocols were much stronger and much stricter than they were when Michael shot Armageddon there.
On our first meeting with Kennedy Space Center, it was, you will not be able to film beyond the gate. And then so kind of accept it, but you keep going back, keep asking, keep bargaining, and keep twisting the arm, and eventually, on the day where you're right up underneath the shuttle.
I think Michael wanted to be the only director who shot there twice, and we did some amazing things.
We got to shoot on pad A with the shuttle right behind us.
To be standing so close to the shuttle where normally even NASA employees don't get to go as close as we got to go, so we were honored. It was fantastic. The other great thing about the shuttle is that the day before we started shooting, the whole gantry system had to open up for some maintenance, and which revealed the shuttle in its absolute glory. And it wasn't scheduled, it wasn't planned, and we were just lucky.
It's serendipity. I don't know what you call it. How does it all work out? That they had to keep the doors closed an extra day, so when we were going down there to shoot, instead of it being enveloped by this big superstructure, the doors were open and revealing the Discovery on the platform. I mean, it was unbelievable.
Well, it's a special day because it's opened up. You know, when we were doing Armageddon, it's usually closed, not as cool looking.
Mike likes to portray this very masculine character all the time. And sometimes when we have to do emotion, I need a different guy. I need the sensitive Bay. So for me, those scenes get difficult. If it's MOS or something, then that's great for me because then I can kind of play my music. There was one time where we're underneath a space shuttle in NASA, but what we're filming is I'm losing my best friend who's now leaving me, and I may never see him again, and he's leaving because I threw him under the bus, essentially, which is a big deal, you know, and Sam's conflicted. And I was like, you know, Mike, I need to play this song, which was a song by a person called Feist, which is a woman who sings, so it's feminine, right? Mike's not having it. And I play my song, we do the first take, he's like, no, not gonna happen. And he takes my iPod out and he puts in his iPod. And now he puts his orchestral, symphonic, you know, march up the hill music. And I'm like, man, this isn't it for me. The marching up the hill music, it's not what I need right now. I need this is what I need.
He didn't want the orchestra music that would be appropriate for the scene in the movie. You know, I'm looking at the whole picture here, and Shia's got a very kind of harder-edged music. It wouldn't work for me to judge the scene with something so counterintuitive to what would be in the scene. That music would just take me out of watching his performance.
But he kept harping me about the music choice, and I was like, Mike, the whole reason we have the iPod speaker out here is so that I can work myself up while you sit behind the camera and devise the shot. This is what I need right now, Mike, and I know it's weird and strange, and we got into it and it became like an explosive, one of our worst fights ever underneath a spaceship, which is pretty silly. I mean, we made up right like 2 days later, but I mean, me and Mike wrestle. That's our relationship. We get in there and wrestle.
The roof of the VAB, less than 5% of the NASA employees have ever been up there. It's just an incredible privilege to be able to stand up there on that roof, see the launch pad from that perspective, see, you know, the entire Space Coast region from up there, because it's one of the largest buildings in the country. To be able to stand up on that roof and actually film a scene up there was a true privilege. The SSPF is the space station processing facility. So they pack all the clothes, the food, the research materials, everything that goes up to the space station. So those folks are working in bunny suits. And here we come with the film crew, and our guys had to wipe down the cable. I've never seen cleaner cable than the cable we had inside the SSPF. Because if you were to get some bacteria from some cable that we had laying in an alley in the city of Chicago, I mean, those people's lives are at stake, so they can't have any bacteria or anything go wrong up there. You know, it was really amazing. This crew has been so great. They wiped down everything. I mean, not one complaint. I was very impressed and very proud of this film crew.
Michael has a top-notch, world-class crew. He readily admits that.
They're pros.
There's a reason why Michael brings all these people back. A, they're the best in the world at what they do, and B, they have this crazy ability to put up with Michael Bay.
This has to be all grips on hand with this thing. It is not to move under the tail. You understand me? Yes, sir. All right, am I very clear? Yeah. Good.
He has to be General Patton. It's the only way to get these movies done is to have that mentality. I don't think you could be a sensitive, sweet guy and get all the cogs moving. You couldn't.
Working with Michael is tough. Working with Michael Bay it's not a picnic. Working with Michael Bay is difficult because when you arrive to the set, as soon as my feet hit the cement, I mean, I'm off and running, and we don't stop till we wrap.
He's not someone who's sort of interested in contemplating or reflecting, or let's just say goofing around. This pace, I love it.
Michael may not be the most punctual person on the planet. I'll say that much, okay? But when he does show up, he wants to go, 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 go. So everybody has to strap it on and just run to catch up, because the man's amazing. He's got his own name on his tennis shoes, and he's all go, no quit until it's time to stop. Or I guess as Michael's tennis shoes says, boom, bam!
I can't see it. No, I That's the commercial. That's the Nike Market commercial. Here we go. Ready? Ready? Go one more time. Ready, Mike? 1, 2, 3. Boom! Bam!
Being in NASA, I mean, there's history here, and it's American history. It's certainly someplace that you've always been aware of, at least since I was a kid. And so many things in our lives came from NASA. I've got one of those Tempur-Pedic beds, that came from NASA.
There were several fun things that we did in our association with NASA, one of which was that Mike got to go downstairs into the shuttle control room and talk to the astronauts in the space station.
We were just filming a thing from Apollo 11, basically. We're recreating mission control, so that's why we're here at NASA.
Well, that's great. I love the first 2 movies and look forward to seeing the third one. When is that supposed to come out?
That comes out July 4th, and this one's the best of them all. It actually focuses on the space program and why we really went up to space.
To protect Earth from the evil Transformers?
I think one of the great things for me about having a NASA and a moon theme in the film was that we got exposed to NASA. And for me, growing up as a kid in the 60s and watching man land on the moon, there was something epic historically that touched all of us. And to have that become a part of our film and to meet Buzz Aldrin and to meet all the folks at NASA, both at Cape Canaveral and the Johnson Space Center that we met, and to see firsthand what it is that those folks do to send astronauts into space is mind-boggling and just an enormous human accomplishment that really made a mark on me and our entire crew.